Oblique.
Hi, I'm Nikhil. I'm on vocals.
I'm Gurdeep. I'm on bass.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel. I play guitar so that's it. What? Yeah. I'm Daniel. I play guitars for GutSlit.
Uh, how do you define GutSlit as a band? How do you define the style of music that you play and the feel of the band?
I think it's a lot of years of music that we've grown over all throughout our life. That we've been listening to stuff. Started with old school death metal, then slowly progressed to brutal death metal. We ourselves as fans, when we started listening to music, I mean, we always wanted to be out there doing what we wanted to do always, and that's what we're doing right now. I mean, the progression that we've seen ourselves all throughout, coming forth, and slow progress from old school death metal to brutal to grind and slam. This is all mixed influences that happen all over time. So it's all a collective effort of all a lot of years of listening to music and researching stuff to go to see. It's all about that.
Basically, pure extreme metal that we've combined with elements of technical and even experimental elements we put into that. We actually let ourselves like into the music and let explore like the whole scene around the whole music, and we just come out as a strong form machine and just blow it out on the stage.
Uh, how is the band formed? Who started the band and what has the story been till now?
Actually, Nikhil, in fact, all of us were into music since a long time. So me and Daniel being actually neighbors and all, we used to jam at my place. Then I happened to come across Nikhil, who was very interested in forming a band. So we just like met online and we decided to jam one day, and that was it. It didn't need like more than one jam to actually decide that we should be together in one band. And slowly and steadily, as we progressed with our drum machine and all, then Abhishek Nandi, we just found him and he joined our band too. That's how GutSlit came into being.
I mean, initially we were not able to find the perfect drummer, so we were searching a lot for because this kind of music, it's a very niche audience in India. So as far as uh, playing this style of music, it's pretty difficult for a drummer because the kind of speed and the technicality that goes into it is uh, not very comprehensive for a lot of people out here. So what we did, we didn't want to just stop because we did not have a drummer, because that was not the only reason. I mean that would be a major reason that will hamper our growth. So what we did was we came up with this idea of making our own drum tracks and playing it on iPod on stage, and then we want to play along with it. Now the trick was that it's not really an easy task to play along with a drum track, but we pulled it off with a lot of practice and we were really dedicated. We wanted to do this thing together. Finally, we're glad that Mowgli came into the band, and he's able to match up to the speeds of the earlier tracks, and so it's going pretty well right now as of now. So hope it goes on well, and we are progressing as the day comes. As our music is changing, the people accepting our music more in India. We're becoming a known face in India and abroad too. People know about the entity about a band called GutSlit.
What are the influences on the band, genre-wise, and any particular bands that you guys influence?
Yeah, our favorite band is Dying Fetus, and so like Disgorge, Brain Drill, all the bands, Brody Queens, were influenced from them only. Like, my drumming style is like Derek Rudy, then George Colliers, all the drummers, like big drummers, great drummers.
I mean, yeah, influences do come into the picture because everyone has their own influence. I think like Daniel also plays blues, so we had a song called Blues for Good which we used to play only live. Now that was like we fused blues, blues guitaring along with heavy extreme metal drumming and shredding and stuff. So it's like an interesting mix. As we already said that we did a lot of experimentation with the music. We don't want to bound ourselves to a particular genre or particular thing, but we call ourselves a genre as such as groovy death grind. That's what we consider a genre to be.
We actually, all of us have been come from different influences around, and we've actually kept our ears open to different kind of music, like neoclassical, even neoclassical and blues and all, as you said, even a little bit of jazz here and there, and a lot of alternative music, and we go into experimental a lot, as in bands like Safari Carnage and all, experimenting a lot with the music. So basically, we just try to combine what we actually feel like playing and the music and all. That's the result what comes out of GutSlit.
सीमा फटे यार देखो भी यार
दरवाजा खोलेगा तो ऑन ही आएगा क्या?
What are the lyrical influences? Who writes the lyrics and what are the lyrical influences?
Uh, I mean, I've been writing lyrics for the band right from the start. Lyrical influences are, it's based on gore basically. Yeah, it's mostly based on gore, and as a name of the band itself suggests, GutSlit. It's totally around gore, perversion, sickness, and torture is also one of our subjects which we have recently touched with a track which is like pretty famous now in the circuit called Catherine Wheel. So that's like one of our. I mean, these are the kind of particular things that we like to write about because that's what our genre speaks about, and we enjoy writing this. That is the whole process. I mean, go about it. We think about a particular topic. We all discuss about it, what we want to do basically. I mean, if there's something, a particular name for a song, which any of us comes up with, we try to think around it. We always try to think of it as a story. We try to tell a story through every song. It might be a story. It might be like a gory story, or it might be like a torture story, whatever it is. It's got a meaning to it in the end of it.
Uh, so you guys don't touch upon politics or religion to some extent in any of your songs? You don't think that music can be used as a mode of social change?
I mean, I do believe music has been, has been in some cases it has been a major cause of being, causing social changes and stuff. But as such, we personally do not feel like we should influence religion with music because we want to stay away from that because religion is a very touchy topic.
especially in India.
Yeah, it's a very touchy topic. I mean, all of us are from different backgrounds.
religions,
He's a
we don't-
Bengali, I'm a Punjabi, he's a Sikh, he's a Christian. So it wouldn't be right to, give a particular viewpoint on something we don't want to talk about. Religion is something we, right from the start, we decided we didn't want to talk about because, as I said earlier, it's a very touchy topic and it's like to each one his own. We do not want to decide something, we don't want to preach anything to our audiences. We just want them to enjoy our music and basically enjoy an imagination. What we write about is an imagination, though it has happened, it's true, some incidents, freak incidences are true. It's something, it's like the sickness in our mind, we're just portraying it through our music.
Yeah.
It's basically religion stays at its own place,
Yeah, we
even the
put a lot of
politics stay
extra
at its own
numbers.
place, and we have our own music, which is there for the music itself.
Okay. Uh, are you guys influenced by classical music in Indian or Western?
Yeah, we do. Like,
I mean, Western classical influences, as in, we have a background, as in, like, each one has been doing something. I mean, Daniel has been learning guitars for the past 9 years, 8 years now. So he's been obviously learning stuff. He's been learning whatever blues and classical,
Basically, our neoclassical and 80s and all.
classical.
even I used to learn tabla and all. Tabla.
Yeah,
Started
major
the percussion,
influence
like,
Percussion and tabla.
It actually helps, having a
Yeah.
good bass in the classical and actually helps you
Yeah.
form a music. Ultimately, what you play is what you like to play. But then coming up with different kind of music, it's always better to learn and know what's happening all around rather than just be some stuck on one thing. No, this is what I believe in. It's better to keep your ears open. You should actually be able to play a lot of stuff so that basically you know what you're doing is what you like. Basically, we explore everything, so you know, okay, this is the one what I want to do.
But the music that GutSlit is playing is totally westernized. We don't have any kind of Indian influences as
Yeah.
such in it. It's a very westernized concept that came in from probably US or Europe. I mean, Goldrind is pretty famous in Europe right now as of now. So it was a westernized concept, and we like to keep it that. We don't want to change it to something. Yeah, I mean, we have one-off songs which are incidents which might be related to an Indian scenario or something like that. But it's basically Sikh people are all around the globe. It's not like it's confined to a particular place.
It's not like we are against any incorporating any Indian instruments in our music. Maybe time will, like in future we might just do that. But then as of now we are just sticking to the pure Western part of it.
Is getting cut out of picture.
थोड़ा पीछे जाना चाहिए था.
हाँ.
पीछे जा.
ऊपर बैठ जा ना उसके आम पे बैठ जा आम पे बैठ जा
ऊपर से ले.
Like three.
एकदम से भाई.
there are bands like Burzum and other bands which play upon religion, and they say that this is right, this is wrong. Do you accept that point of view? Or
We neither accept nor actually oppose that. As we said before, for us, music is much more important than getting any incorporation of any religion or politics into it.
I mean, uh, according to us, actually, religion is too small compared to what music is. Music
True.
is like
It's too small.
music is like the entire universe, and religion is something which is man-made.
Ultimately,
Which
yeah,
exists
religion
probably
is
exists only in our in this small earth that we live in. In this entire universe, music is the only thing which is omnipresent. So what we believe in, I mean, Burzum, as you said, Vark might be having his own point of view. He wants to portray that through his music or whatever. We respect that. We don't have a problem with that. Whatever he did, we are not agreeing to whatever he did probably, but that's what he thinks and that's what he's talking to people about. I mean, I don't think it's anything different from a political leader telling them that we are the right people to be elected upon, and the opposition saying we are the right people to be elected upon. It's just a perception which he's talking about to people, and if people want to accept it, that's their own viewpoint.
Neither do we pull people by saying okay, we don't preach about religion, so listen to our music and all. We don't ask anyone to forcefully listen to our music. It's just that we make our music purely based on the concept that we have, and people like it and we appreciate that. That's the whole deal. We don't ask or we don't have any create a following okay, these are the kinds of the gore grind and all, nothing like that.
It's basically
as far as religion is concerned, we just have made it clear right from the beginning that we're not going to mix religion with our music as such. So we just cut it short till there. That's about it.
Really, no opposition, and we don't agree also with it. Nothing like that.
And
We
people
just
have a
neutral about
perception.
it.
People have a perception about our music also. As far as our music goes, it's a very niche audience in India, as I said before. It's a very niche audience, so people have a perception about it. Some people say it's all about blast beats, it's all bullshit, it's all just fast random riffing, lyrics which you can't understand. True. But whatever it is, there is always people who like it.
But I think that's our feelings only.
Yeah, that's what we like. That's what
Yeah.
we like, and that's what we do. There are a lot of people out there who like it,
Yeah,
and more than those lot of people, there are a lot of people who hate it. So that's their own problem.
but we
Then
don't,
everything.
but we don't care about the caring people and all. Like that's our feelings we put into the music.
So we don't
That's
force
it.
anyone to
Yeah,
listen to
to
GutSlit.
listen to.
If you want to
If you
listen
like-
to it, you
yeah,
listen to it.
There
If
are
you
no
like it,
two
you like.
individuals who have the same
Otherwise,
opinion.
fuck it.
Simple.
And moreover, extreme music, the kind of music that we are playing is not something that you can grow into overnight. It happens. It takes a lot of time. It's like
Yeah.
a quiet taste, as you say. Not everyone can enjoy
And
wine, as you say. It's an
Yeah,
acquired taste.
true. And the best part is the person who gets into it is actually in love with it. It's not like someone forcing to listen to this
They know what
and
they're
he's just showing up in front of everybody. Actually, this music is something would you fall in love with and then you listen to it. So it makes sense. A person is a true fan.
It's better, that way, because we're saved of the scene posers, that way. we don't need 200, 2,000 people to be standing there
Yeah.
screaming out our name. If we have 20 people who know
And they
their
don't
shit,
even know our songs.
20 people who know their shit.
They know our songs, they know what we are talking about. That makes sense rather than having 200 people just screaming.
Marry me.
We don't know wankers in the scene.
okay.
Nandi wouldn't mind that marrying me thing.
Fuck you.
Uh, recently it has happened. In fact, it's been since the beginning. Only recently there's been a slight change that more women are coming into the scene. It's happened only recently. So, what do you think about this?
Sounds good.
It's good. Very good.
It's
Well, aren't you happy about it? Aren't you happy about it?
Yeah.
Point proven.
I think as long as everything is in place, it's really good news.
Gender equality has come a long way, actually.
No, but we still don't have all female bands or females have sharing
We
center
should have a
stage
drive
with-
again. Ask women to join more bands and all that. It'll be really fun.
Not as groupies as
Groupies are better. We're going to start off a rally, GutSlit.
What do you guys think about the commercial music, so-called commercial music, and
It's there where it is, we are where we are. And ultimately, our fans are for us and their fans are for their music. As I told you before, as we all told you before, having 2,000 people cheering your name and they don't know any jack shit about your music, and or having 20 people who know everything about you, and it's fun to talk to them also because when they open their mouth, they actually know what they're talking and we know what we are talking about also.
So we rather have those 20 people than those
Seriously.
2,000, 20,000.
Rather than people going naked in the crowd and just cheering your name and they don't even know you.
No, but on a serious note, we have high influences from Britney Spears. So Britney, if you're listening to this, I love you.
Oh, poor
I
man.
love you from the bottom of my ass.
recently there has also been a surge of new metal genres like emo metal. What do you think about that?
See, people come up with new shit. They do it on the online. They do it with the music. They do it with a lot of things. They come up with new genres. They come up with new this, new that. That's up their own perception. Ultimately, when you classify them, they don't aggregate. But then their music comes down somewhere. The origin is from some place. That's what we are accepting here. We know our origin. We are not going out saying like okay, this is GutSlit genre or something like that. Having that is half of the time you're just creating shit to confuse people. You ultimately they don't even know what they're playing. That's their thing. But then,
We eat emo kids for
Yeah.
breakfast.
actually,
See,
we all love that.
emo music is still there. No, like before the glam metal was there in the scenario. The emo is like part of a glam. The glam was like sexual things and all the lyrics influence on sexual. The emo is same thing like emotional things. What the fuck?
See, there are different type of people. That's the best
Yeah.
part now. If you have everybody following one thing, there's no fun in it. There should be some opposition. Or
Nikhil-
some people who are doing some weird crap, so you can laugh on them.
They
So
wouldn't have-
basically, we need some people to laugh on.
There wouldn't have been no 377 article on it. Different kind of people. So there is emo, there is homo, and there are a lot of people.
Oh,
Basically, it's just your individual choice, man. You want to do something, do it. Like, fuck it, nobody cares.
And what we do, we don't force anyone to listen
to
to
do
music.
something, just do it.
Simple.
Okay. Okay. What are the changes that you've seen in the music scene that have happened over the past few years?
In India, we need more shows. Still, whatever is happening is quite less.
it's
We
see,
need law to actually support us rather than in Bangalore how you had like no public shows and all. I mean, due to some reasons they are right, but then you have to understand like people, the younger generation also. Ultimately, when we grow, I mean that the time was different there, and it's different now. Even the famous place Bandstand is known Bandstand for a simple reason. The bands used to play. That is the different thing that there were formal bands playing like in AV, then all the people used to come and play. But then there was a place before also. There can be place now also. So what we need is more support from people, more support from people like the public itself and the government also, especially in India.
A few things have always remained the same. It's a global phenomenon that the old people who were there in the scene move out, and the new fresh and younger generation come into it. They also go through the whole progression of Nirvana, Metallica, and then finally probably they reach to the stage that we are at. The final level of
Basically.
extremity, grindcore and go grind probably. Uh, Again, nothing against other genres of music, but that's something probably cannot get heavier than that. That's what I feel. So that's the entire evolution that's always been the same in the scene. But at the same time, in the Indian scene, if you see that, as he said before, the scene is pretty sad. It's pretty dull. A lot needs to be done as far as live shows go, live music, live sound. There's a lot
yeah,
that needs to
we
be done.
struggle for the sound,
Yeah,
good sound.
It's not like India has been not used to music.
No.
Yeah. Come on, Indian classical is
See,
famous
we are
like all over the
playing.
world.
We are playing for the past 7 years, like all the musicians in India, but still they are struggling for the good sound.
Actually,
That is the main problem.
everybody knows if you want to survive in music
Yeah,
in India.
see,
you have to-
still, nobody can like balance the drum on the live show. Bass drum ka sound nahi aa raha. Something is like bullshit. So, yeah.
Chill.
Okay. But Nikhil had his old band. So can you tell us what is the difference that you've seen in your old bands, the reception that was there, not genre wise, but the kind of crowd that existed then and the crowd that exists today.
As I said before, Varun, it's going to be the same thing. It's always been the same thing. New people come in, old people go out. That's the entire thing. I mean, the people I knew back then, they're probably gone abroad and shifted somewhere for their work, or some of them are even married. Lots of different stuff. So that's the entire evolution. I mean, new people come in, old people go out. That's the only thing that's changed. It's same with the bands. The old bands go out, new bands come TDV. I don't think it's anymore there. It was like a craze.
Yeah,
When
years
they
back,
came,
yeah.
they were the heaviest band in India.
Yeah, there was like a huge craze. They were playing all around India. As of now, they're not there. Then what happens is there are new bands now. That's really nice. I mean, new vein of blood that's coming to the scene. Like we are a pretty new band now. We're like 2 years old now. There are lots of other bands. Apollonean Quest is there. Devoid is there. Lots of other bands which are coming to the scene. Which have their own fan following, which have their own style of
And
writing
it's good
music.
to see that, like
Yeah.
people are actually there out there, like representing their music, whatever they play, whether Indian or classical, or they combine classical and Western music. But it's really good what they're playing, they're doing. It's really good.
Yeah. As one of your what?
Was the problem with the microphone?
No. Sound.
capture.
ऐसा sound कैसे?
क्वेश्चन है कितना बड़ा है भाई तो आप
Last
क्या भैया ऐसे कैसे?
पग की बाजू में रखना बेवकूफ.
कुछ नहीं जाएगा नहीं लेके आ गया.
What has the reception been of your album, of your split album that you released something back, and what are your future plans for the band?
The split album, we were deciding on it for a long time. I mean, Pulmonary Fibrosis, the band from France, we've been playing for like, they've completed 15 years in 2008. Old timer band, and they're like good friends for a long time. We've been talking on and off on MySpace for a long time now. It's been like 4 years we've been talking. So I told him about, the drama of Neom. I told him about my band, and I made him listen to our stuff and everything. He was pretty interested to come up with a split. So we thought, it sounds like a good idea because it would obviously mean better sales for us all over. It would mean two good bands on the same CD, and it's obviously value for money for any person who's buying the CD. What happened was, there was a lot of marketing effort that we did initially. We were passing around flyers,
On the net,
on the net,
or
or
to
putting
people.
stuff. Yeah, we were telling all our friends about the album. There was a lot of good reception. I mean, we have got a lot of support from labels from abroad, like Grinded, Savage Records, and lots of other labels, who've been distributing our stuff now.
They're
So
very-
yeah, that has helped sales a lot, and I think the overall that the feel of the entire album is very much gore based, and the production and everything is we tried our best in the production, but we hope to make it even better in the forthcoming album. I mean, much better actually.
Have like a much more bigger
Yeah.
budget, and because money is basically what you pump in and you get a better sound. It's simple.
Yeah, so that was the whole
get
thing.
more money and basically see. I mean, in India, so we have to get our work sorted out, work and earn, and then actually invest that money in our music and all, keep it as a hobby. So then, in a way, it's good. And compared to extreme metal and all, we're really happy with the CD sale and everything and all. It's going abroad, went to US, we're sending CDs to Australia, and so basically in India also the network is really good. Like in Bangalore itself and all, it's been really good.
And we've
We've
got a
taken the
lot,
CD with a lot of the people who bought it, they really like it, and we are happy about that.
we've got a lot of support from our record label that we signed on, Cataleptic Remains. That's a European record label. They gave us a pretty good deal also, which usually is not seen for a new band, because we were pretty new when we came out with the album. So there was a really good deal that they offered us, and they were interested to distribute our stuff and sign us on. So really like to say cheers to them for helping us out with the sales in Europe. And from there ahead, I think the future seems only bright because we are learning from our mistakes that we have committed earlier. We know what kind of sound each one listens to, what kind of sound we can get out of each one of us. We know what we want to do. We are very clear about what we want to
Basically,
do.
we're
Much
pushing each
ahead,
other, to just explore more into ourselves, to
Yeah.
get better music out.
We're getting
Keeping
better
our
as musicians too.
limited,
From
Never stop like at one point and say like,
always
okay,
want
that's
to
it.
go ahead and
Yeah.
like explore lots of stuff.
Yeah, so from now on, it's just like a carnage, nothing can stop us. So hopefully, in the coming years, you should definitely see a full length, probably a split
More
more. because-
albums.
Yeah,
More
probably a
albums.
split more. I don't know about that, but a full length is definitely in the offing.
Just
And
taking it a
obviously,
step at a time.
live shows are obviously going to be there. So because we want, our fans to listen to us live and get an experience live, because I think a musician who doesn't play live
Yeah.
can, is not exactly a musician.
Any last words?
Just that you just keep supporting the scene. I know it's a very cliche thing to say, but yeah, I mean, keep supporting the scene. Try to buy as much original stuff as you can. We are also trying our best to keep our CD prices low. I mean, we know it's our responsibility to try as much as possible, because it's like the Indian scene. We need to do a lot. We need to give a lot of impetus to it to finally to make it to that level. And hopefully in the coming years, we as GutSlit will be giving you much more in terms of our music. You'll enjoy our music
Pure
much
extreme
more.
metal.
Yeah, pure extreme metal music, and we'll keep the sickness alive.
Thanks, Varun, for the support.
Really good.
Much appreciated. Thanks.